Hi, I'm Max from Questacon. In previous videos we examined ways you could use less energy in your daily life to lower greenhouse gas emissions produced by the burning of fossil fuels. This is a great thing to do, as we all know every bit helps. But what if we looked at the problem from a different perspective? Instead of reducing the energy we use, we could change where it comes from. There's a whole lot of energy sources that don't rely on fossil fuels. One alternative used in other countries is nuclear power. This energy source uses the heat generated by nuclear reactions to create steam, causing turbines to turn, similar to how we burn fossil fuels to generate electricity. Nuclear power is really efficient and doesn't produce emissions, but it does produce toxic waste. And in older reactors, there is an increased chance of nuclear accidents. Australia has legislated not to use nuclear power. Renewable energy sources are another option. Unlike fossil fuels, renewable sources of energy don't produce harmful emissions. The technology used to be expensive, but nowadays their price is much more competitive. Renewables include technologies like solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal. Solar power uses photovoltaic cells arranged in solar panels. Light striking them generates electricity, and all you need is sunshine. Wind power comes from the use of giant turbines in windswept areas. The movement of the turbines generates electricity, like this. All you need is a regularly windy site. Similarly, a turbine placed in rough waters can produce wave power. Hydropower is generated when water from regions with high elevation flows down through pipes and turbines. All you need is a regular rainfall up high and a dam to store the water in. Geothermal power uses volcanic rocks to heat pipes containing water, producing steam. It's emission-free, however, there are only a few sites that are suitable for geothermal. Currently, Australia does not have any working commercially. In Australia, we utilise wind, solar and hydropower. Right now, about 21% of our electricity comes from renewable sources, and that number increases every year. Switching to renewable energy is not without challenges. One big issue with renewable energy sources is reliability. What happens if it's not sunny or windy or there's no water available? That's when we can use something else to assist. A battery. Let's say I need to keep this windmill turning, but there's no wind. I could use the air in a filled balloon to blow on the turbine and provide energy to the lights. That filled balloon acts like a battery. It stores the energy I use to blow it up so that I can use that energy at a later time. Batteries work really well in association with renewable energy sources. They store the electricity when there's good supply and then release it when supply is low. It's becoming more and more common to see houses with large batteries to help store electricity from solar panels. Remember hydropower? Electricity generated by running water, like this. Well, if there's an excess of water, then energy can be used to pump water back upstream. The water can then be released to flow back down again for when it is needed. Batteries are great, so why don't we only use batteries and renewables? Quite basically, we don't have enough yet. We will be using more renewable sources for electricity in the future, but it will take time to change from fossil fuels. This won't happen overnight. Meanwhile, Australia will need to use transitional sources of electricity, something to support our energy needs while we make the switch. And this is where gas could continue to be used in combination with renewables to produce your electricity. Gas produces half the emissions of coal. It can also be activated and deactivated at the push of a button. As such, it is a useful complement to renewables. Similar to battery power, it can be utilised if there's a shortfall in the production of solar, wind, or hydroelectricity. The costs of renewable forms of electricity are dropping to the extent that they are now cheaper than other forms. The future has a definite green tinge.